Hi everybody, my name is Laurel J. Marie, and this is episode 2 of Lit Bitz. Unfortunately, it's going to be even shorter than last week's episode, but last week's episode was actually 6 minutes, so I'm pretty happy with it. Because I wasn't expecting it to be that long, honestly. But here's the thing. So yesterday I graduated from college, university place, and this week is finals for me, so I'm trying to really focus on finals so that way in January, when I finally get my letter and my diploma, it'll actually say, yay, you graduated, good job, instead of, well, you actually failed your classes that you were supposed to pass last semester, so try again. In this episode, I'm going to be reading a thing from Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. I love fairy tales. I love the Grimm's fairy tales. The reason I'm reading this to you is because I graduated yesterday, as I said before, and this is a story that's actually really close to my heart, and it's something that I feel is very appropriate to read after graduating because it's about hard work. Kind of, in my interpretation. So, a really quick thing that I would probably eventually get to anyway, but just a short, brief thing, I guess. What's important about the Grimm's fairy tales? Because there are fairy tales everywhere, and believe it or not, the Grimms were not the creators of these fairy tales. They were actually just a couple of guys, or brothers actually, who decided to walk around Germany and bring all of these fairy tales together in a book. So they were the first to actually write down and publish a bunch of folktales that were being told all over the country. And by country, I mean Germany. So, here we go. The Golden Key. In the wintertime, when the snow lay deep on the ground, a poor boy was forced to go out on a sledge to fetch wood. When he had gathered it together and packed it, he wished, as he was so frozen with cold, not to go home at once, but to light a fire and warm himself a little. So he scraped away the snow, and as he was thus clearing the ground, he found a tiny gold key. Hereupon he thought that where the key was, the lock must also be, and dug in the ground and found an iron chest. If the key does but fit it, thought he, no doubt there are precious things in that little box. He searched, but no keyhole was there. At last he discovered one, but so small that it was hardly visible. He tried it, and the key fitted it exactly. Then he turned it once round, and now we must wait until he has quite unlocked it and opened the lid, and then we shall learn what wonderful things were lying in that box. And that's the story. That is it. It ends right there. See? The last word is box. I promise. Look. Box. And then it goes to the next story, which is Sharing Joy and Sorrow. Which, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if joy and sorrow were people. I don't know, maybe we'll find out when I get to the part where I start covering fairy tales instead of epic poems. Today I'm obviously not doing an epic poem. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, the Golden Key. So the reason that I read that story in particular after the day I graduated is because the Golden Key is actually part of my ideal tattoo, which I will get to later when we cover Oscar Wilde after we cover more fairy tales. But the Golden Key, I feel like that story is hard work, taking a moment for yourself, and in that moment, finding whatever you may find. Whether it be something precious or something dirty and something you really didn't expect to find, something you didn't want to find. Sometimes when we go in search of things, we'll find things we weren't expecting or not wanting to find. But what we do with those things is what really matters. So even though the story is incomplete, it's what we do with this incomplete story that matters. So you guys get to choose the ending if you want, which I'd really enjoy if you put what you think was in the box. Obviously, I don't know. I might do some research and let you guys know what other people have said, who may or may not have doctorates in this kind of thing. I officially have a BFA, not a BFA. I thought it was a BFA, it's a BA. I just have a Bachelor of Arts, that's lame. Whatever, it's not a fine art to read. Psh. What? Anyway, next week I will be doing Beowulf because I want to get it out of the way, and I actually really hate Beowulf. I really, really, really hate Beowulf. But I'm going to read it because it is the next in our history lesson of Tales. Yeah. I hate Beowulf so much. You have no idea. But I'm going to read it, and I really want to just get it out of the way so I can go to the Odyssey and then Ulysses, because you do the Odyssey first and then you read Ulysses, and you will find out why when I get to those episodes. So next week it will be a full Lit Bits episode because I will have time, because I will no longer be doing school. But this week it's just this little clip, and then on Wednesday is going to be a full episode of the FUB with more information about some podcast stuff, that project I've been talking about, and more information about next week's Lit Bits video. So that's my alarm. I have to go. I love you guys. I'll see you next... Oh wait, no, I'll see you Wednesday. Bye!